On the Vince Everett Ellison Show, Donald Trump knows how to make his adversaries angry. He just did it with Alligator Alcatraz. We're going to talk about Alligator Alcatraz today and how it ties into the big, beautiful bill today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, let's get this thing started. Donald Trump's branding is amazing. It's just completely amazing, man. He's got these ICE Democrats so angry. He got ICE with the Immigration Customs Enforcement messing with him. Then he got ICE Democrats mad about it. If you can recall, an ICE Democrat is a Democrat that is ignorant, crazy, and evil. That's the Democratic Party. You one of the three. Ignorant, crazy, or evil. Got it? Let's put a rhythm to it. Ignorant, crazy, evil. Okay. Ignorant, crazy, evil. All right. Ignorant, crazy, evil. 80% of the Democrats are ignorant, 10% are crazy, and 10% are downright evil, and that 10% that are evil run the party. We're trying to help the ignorant ones. Ignorance is just a lack of information. Doesn't mean like I'm ignorant about how to build a space shuttle, man. I don't know how to do it. And a lot of people, and I found this out to be, who vote for the Democratic Party, when you sit down and talk to them and tell them about these clowns, they say, man, I did not know they were doing that. I'm sorry, I won't vote for them again. And then there are those that you tell it to, and they crazy, and they look at you like, you know, drugs and alcohol and manic depression, they all that. And then you have the ones who are just evil. And they say, I know we're doing that. And we're going to continue to do it because we want to. So you like killing babies? Yes. You like fentanyl on the streets? Of course. You think God should be kicked out of the public square? Oh, of course. Yeah. You think men should be in women's sports? Yes, they should. You think that men should be in the women's bathroom? Oh, of course. You think men should be in women's locker room? Oh, yes, they should. You don't think that's wrong? What is wrong? Right and wrong are objective. What's right to you can be wrong to me. What's wrong to me can be right to you. Well, my Bible tells me right. I don't believe in your Bible. That's the evil Democrat. That's the white liberal. He doesn't have any objective standards whatsoever. So Donald Trump gets in. Puts in Alligator Alcatraz. What is Alligator Alcatraz, y'all? It is a immigration holding area in the middle of the Everglades, surrounded by alligators. And Trump and his boys put a name on it. They call it Alligator Alcatraz, and the left is going crazy. Well, you're going to tell me that if the illegals try to escape, that the alligator's going to get them? That's inhumane. Hell, tell them not to try to escape. But see, there's a psyops going on here. There's a psychological operation going here with stuff like Alligator Alcatraz and all the stuff Trump's doing. That's a method behind the madness. And here it is. When illegals hear about this, when they see that immigration and customs enforcement enjoys locking their behinds up, they enjoy macing them and enjoy beating them on the streets, enjoy throwing them in paddy wagons. I mean, they play music to it, if you look at it online. When they see that they have Alligator Alcatraz, and Trump's even sending them jokers to prisons in Sudan. Supreme Court just said it was okay. Trump said, I'm going to put you in a jail and put you in an airplane, fly you all the way to Sudan. Man, that's enough for me. And if I was down in Mexico and I heard that, I ain't coming to the United States of America. Hell no, I stay in Mexico and I'll work for the drug cartels. I ain't coming to the United States of America. That's the psyops. Here's also part of the psyops. Trump is telling these illegals that if you leave, you can just come back in right. Why you putting yourself through all this aggravation? Go back to Mexico, come back in right, register right, go back to your house. You're not a citizen and you can't vote. But if I catch your ass here and you illegal, Alligator Alcatraz, Sudan, El Salvador, or Guantanamo Bay. And most of the time, you got an illegal saying, no mas, no mas, no mas. Now, why is this so important to the United States of America? People, Trump's just cruel. He's mean. He's just mean and he's cruel. He's demonic and he's cruel. No. There's a method to the madness, y'all. When I explain this to you, you're going to get it. You're going to say, boy, that dadgum Donald Trump and the Republican Party are on it now. Them suckers are on it. Let me tell you what this is about. And you're going to love this. When Trump was president in 2019, the 2020 census was coming up. Trump knew there were a lot of illegals in the United States of America. Redistricting for congressional districts come up right after the census. So the people count where the people are in the United States of America. And then they draw congressional districts based upon where the population is. The Constitution says you're supposed to count persons in the census. Trump took the Census Bureau to the Supreme Court and said, no, we want them to count only citizens. Because Trump knew there were about 20, 30 million illegal immigrants in this country. And if you counted those illegals, they are usually in Democrat-controlled areas. L.A., Chicago, New York, Minneapolis. If these people are counted, the Democrats are going to have more congressional districts. So let's do the math. We have 435 congressional districts in the United States of America. 435. That number doesn't change. They take those 435 congressional districts and they divide them by the population of the nation. All right? Based on that, every congressional district has about 761,000 people in it. 435 congressional districts with 761,000 people per district. Because you got around 17 million illegals in America, and that's a low number. This number is from the Federation for American Immigration. The Federation for American Immigration says that we have 17 million illegals in America. And some people say that's a low number. Some people say it's twice that many. But let's just deal with that number, since it's an official number. Based on that number, the Democratic Party has 22 more congressional seats in it than it would have had otherwise. 22. Now, let's take into consideration, right now, you got 220 Republicans and 212 Democrats in Congress. That means Republicans only got an 8-seat lead. Which means if you get 5 Republicans to vote against the bill, bill dies. Because you're never going to get Democrats to vote for any bill. Now, what if those 22 congressional seats that illegals had were not there? That means you would have 240 Republican seats and 192 Democrat seats. Do you see the gap now? That's a 48-seat gap. Democrats were trying to get as many illegals in as they could because they want to erase that 4-seat lead that Republicans have and take over the Congress. They want to take over the Congress by using illegal immigration. And they also want to do it in the Senate because some of these Senate seats are being lost by 0.5 percentage point. They want to send these people up there to vote, and they want to send them up there to draw congressional districts. And Trump is saying, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to stop them from coming in. I'm going to get them to leave Because if I can get millions of these jokers to leave, every 761 million, every 761,000 illegals I can get to leave America is a congressional district that the Democratic Party won't have. I want them to self-deport. We're going to deport them, and we're going to self-deport them. How do we self-deport them? By scaring the hell out of them. Alligator Alcatraz, Guantanamo Bay, that notorious prison down in El Salvador, send them to Sudan. Where are they, Trump? L.A. That's why you see him raiding L.A. He had the National Guard to go through L.A. yesterday. A little ugly mayor and Karen Bass. Why ain't she ugly? Woo! Oh, but she mad about it. She like the Joker, don't she? Don't you got that stupid smile on her face? Just a weird-looking little woman. And L.A. is a cesspool, and they just love it. So Trump's going into L.A., running all the illegals out of L.A., and boy, she's mad. So then Trump's going into Chicago, running all of them out of Chicago. Oh, and they're mad. Now Trump's going to New York. And Eric Adams, if he win, going to help him run them all out of New York. Oh, and they're mad. So this is why they're angry. And this is why they have these sanctuary cities. Because they want them to not just cross over the border and stay in Texas. They say, hey, illegals, come on up here, man. Free SNAP, free medical care, free housing, give you money. Come on. And the illegals come up there. And then the census is going to come and they're going to count them. And they're going to get more congressional seats. And these congressional seats will be blue. And from the Democratic Party calculation, man, if we can just get 4 or 5 more seats, we got control of the Congress. Yo, that means that they can get about maybe 3-4 million more illegals in the country, which they think they got after Joe Biden became president, because about 30 million came in. So they believe they got. See, they're counting now with all the illegals that came in with Joe Biden, they're counting about maybe 20, they probably got another 20 seats. But ain't it a damn shame when these people are so dirty that they will let a foreign entity control the politics of this nation? They were out in the streets rioting under another nation's flag. Some were rioting under the Palestinian flag. Others were rioting under the Mexican flag. Others were rioting under the ISIS flag. They were all doing that here. Illegals under a foreign nation's flag. My people, that's called an invasion. And the Democratic Party side with them, that's called treason. And they're going to use their numbers to take over the House, which is also treasonous. So in the big, beautiful bill, Trump got another $100 billion for immigration, for illegal immigration. Oh, he's going to finish the wall. He's going to call the National Guard home and put Border Patrol there. He's going to put ICE on the street, and he's going to make these ICE Democrats angry. Who are the ICE Democrats again, y'all? Ignorant, crazy, and evil Democrats. Remember that? Ignorant, crazy, evil, okay? Ignorant, crazy, evil, okay? Ignorant, crazy, and evil, okay? ICE Democrats. ICE, 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 ICE. Ignorant, crazy, and evil. Going to use an invasion force to take over the Congress of the United States of America and let illegals and non-citizens control. Because all spending bills have to originate in the House. Money for the Pentagon, money for CIA, money for NSA, money for everything starts in the House of Representatives. They're going to allow illegals to come in and control the purse strings of the most powerful country in the world. People who are not citizens, people who have no affinity or love for this country, who just want to come in and use it. And they're gaslighting Americans by saying, we just want to come here and work, come in right. Come on now, I'm at my house, I got a door. Anybody want to come see me? Knock on the door, open the door, hey, how are you? I'm so-and-so, so-and-so, hey, how you doing? Come on in. If I see a joker crawling through my window, don't I have a right to be alarmed? I have a right to believe that he has ill intent. So all of these people that broke into this country and now want to act like that they didn't have ill intent. No, you don't fall for that. You think I'm crazy? You crawl through my window. Hello, I'm just a friend. I'm just a friend. No, you're going to be a dead friend. I'm just a friend. So Trump is in Alligator Alcatraz. Supreme Court has said he can put these jokers on planes and send them all over the world to primitive nations to hold. Boy, the ICE Democrats got mad at that too. You know why? Because they know that the psyops that Trump is doing is working. Do you know that they're not getting anybody across that border anymore? Not the very same border that Joe Biden said was that he could not control until he got some type of congressional mandate. Trump has shut it down. Shut it down. Well, anything being passed by Congress. Now he's going to cement it because he's just given $100 billion to ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, not the ICE Democrats. We don't want to get them confused now. We got the good ICE and the bad ICE. Good ICE is immigration, customs, and enforcement. Bad ICE is the ignorant, crazy, and evil Democrats, okay? So we're going to start calling them bad ICE and good ICE so we don't get people confused. Okay, so good ICE is going to do the bidding of the U.S. government and keep these immigrants out, these illegal immigrants out. This is good ICE. Then you got bad ICE. The ignorant, evil, and crazy Democrats who are going to do everything to thwart it because they see the only way they can get Congress back is not by talking to the American people and changing their minds. No. They're going to try to get Congress back by allowing non-citizens and a foreign invasion to take advantage of a loophole in the Constitution of the United States of America. And I don't know why the Supreme Court did this because Trump was kind of standing on solid ground when he asked them to do it. Because I mean, you don't count a lot of people in America in the census. You don't count Native Americans. You don't count foreign diplomats. You don't count people that are here on certain visas and whatnot because they're not here permanently. But anyway, the Supreme Court did it. And the Democrats decided to find a loophole in the Constitution, open up the borders, allow a bunch of poor, and then also you have the refugees. Now, come on, man. We all agree that we should have refugees. I mean, nobody kind of is angry about people who are war and famine and all that kind of stuff coming over here. But now you got people gaming the system because they come in, they talk about, I'm an economic refugee. Well, hell, anybody can be that. We're not here for economic refugees. We're talking about, so when you started putting refugee status into the law, Democrats, like they always do, then, it's a foot in the door technique. They start gaming the law and start allowing people. Do you know that you can come to America on refugee status if you're LGBTQ, if you're homosexual? Yeah, you can say that I'm leaving my government because they prosecuting homosexuals and LGBTQ and trans people, and I want to come to America. And they say, come on in. And In refugee status, you get a lot of good stuff. You get free housing. You get a lot of Medicaid, a lot of free stuff. Because you can't invite somebody to come stay in your country and then you say, we just lay on the street and starve to death. They're refugees. So what did the Democrats do? They've expanded refugee status to mean damn near anything. I'm hungry, refugee. I'm queer, refugee. I'm tired, refugee. I'm fat, refugee. And so people started gaming the system, and Trump's putting a stop to it. And we're going to start telling these dudes that are running from their country, like guys running from Venezuela and whatnot, I tell you what, grown man, here's a gun. Stop running from your country and do what we do if a tyrant took over ours. Go take it back. Coward. Got jokers coming over here 24, 25 years old running from their own country. I'm not running. People talking about Donald Trump's a tyrant. Donald Trump's going to be a dictator. No, he ain't. No, he won't. No, he's not. If he's a dictator, why did he have to go through Congress to get the big, beautiful bill passed? If he's a dictator, why does he have to keep going back to the Supreme Court to get things done? You people saying that trying to gaslight a nation. It's not going to be a dictator in the United States of America. Ever. Up, King, up No King's Day. Try to get people to believe in Donald Trump as a king. Do you know what a king is? King not to follow the dictates of anyone. Not the Supreme Court, not the Congress, not the Senate. You're just kind of mad because everything that Donald Trump is doing, the people agree with it. And because they agree with it, and they voted these people in, it's not going to be stopped. I mean, everybody know when Donald Trump was running for president, one of the big issues in 2016 was we're going to have about 2 or 3 Supreme Court justices that are going to need to be replaced. We knew that. Yeah, we had 3 of them already written their obituaries, basically. And that was an issue in the court. I remember Donald Trump went to the Federalist Society and said, if I'm elected, these are the cats that I'm going to nominate for the Supreme Court. He had a list of them. And everybody knew it and said, we want Donald Trump to replace these justices that are leaving. We knew Scalia had died. We wanted Donald Trump to give his replacement. We knew it. We knew that Ginsburg was sick. We wanted Donald Trump to do the replacement. And he did it. And so now that the people, and we knew Donald Trump was going to put some conservatives on that court. We knew it. And he put conservatives on the court. And now that conservatives are voting like conservatives vote, here came. No, people made a decision that I want a conservative president to put conservatives on the court because we didn't want Hillary Clinton to replace the justices that we knew were stepping down. We knew it. We knew that Scalia had died. We knew that Kennedy was a moderate. Kennedy stepped down. And then he put in Kavanaugh. And then when Ginsburg died, she was a liberal, they went crazy. He put 3 solid conservatives on the court. He was able to do it because Harry Reid, before he died, and you talk about no good joker, Harry Reid, and I'm getting the weeds with it now, you used to have to have 60 votes to get a justice on the court. 60. Because of that, a lot of the justices before this were all kind of moderates or they were liberals. Harry Reid wants to force a whole lot of liberal justices on the court, and they were being slow dragged in the Senate by Mitch McConnell. So Harry Reid said, we're going to do the nuclear option. What's the nuclear option? We're going to just have 50 votes to get them through. And everybody said, Harry, don't do it. If you do that, the Republicans can do the same thing when they get power. Republicans going to never get power again. says Harry Reid. Harry does a nuclear option with 50 votes. Scalia dies, they think Barack Obama, and then guess what? When Harry Reid does that, next election, Republicans take over the Senate. And Mitch McConnell said, you gave me that 50 vote threshold play and we ain't giving it back. Held up that vote. After Scalia died, won't let Barack Obama put his replacement on there. Merrick Garland, nope, won't hear it. We're going to see who wins the election. Oh, they thought they was going to take the Senate again. They did not. We kept the Senate, brought in Trump. Now we had the president and we had the Senate. Checkmate. 51 votes. Gorsuch. 50 votes. Kavanaugh. 50 votes. Comey Barrett. Conservative court. And the people voted for it. So don't give me this king crap, all right? The people voted for it. And just like I'm educating you on the reason why these Democrats want to have these illegals come into this country, so you can have the information to vote in 2026 about this issue to make sure they never get power again. They will sell out this country for power. They have 22 congressional seats that was given to them by illegal aliens. After Biden got in, they got about 30 more that are waiting to be counted. Trump says, I'm going to run them all out for the 2030 census. And we're not just going to take those 22 back. We're going to keep these 30 seats from being counted. And we're going to keep power. And I think that's a good idea. And how is he doing it? By doing a PSYOPs. By doing Alligator Alcatraz, Gitmo, Sudan, El Salvador, and sending ICE, good ICE, all over the country, kicking indoors, throwing suckers in paddy wagons, taking them to jail. Yeah. And the Democrats are melting down. Melt down all you want, player, because this is going to get done. And the Supreme Court then told Trump that you can nationalize the National Guard of any state to use them to do whatever the hell you want to. Oh, brother, this game is on. And I'm having a good time watching it. So Democrats, y'all going down. Now listen, I want y'all to go to, I'm going to be in Tampa Bay with Blexit. TPUSA. We're going to be having a great time down there. Come and hear me speak at the Liberation Day event. It's going to be awesome. Blexit is a great organization. Blexit is a strong organization. Started out years ago with Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk. We're going to keep on moving it forward. And I want y'all to stay with me. And I want y'all to keep listening to me. And I want you to subscribe. And I want you to comment. And I want you to like this content. Because I'm here to wake you up. Hope I did you some good today. So come join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends. Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got T-shirts. We got caps. You got my books, my documentaries. You got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new T-shirts. We're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it. Make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the T-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.